A true and faithful relation, what passed for many years between Dr. John Dee and some spirits, 1659. Meric Casaubon's printing. Of course, it has his preface, which we've already gone over. Monday, August 27th, Mankirka 9 and Praga, so indicating that this was their holy place. Precabus Venitus, I propounded to God of Madimi 4 things. First, what was the cause of the error recorded? February 18th, this anno 1584, at Lasky of Sir Henry Sidney, his death. Secondly, in what sense is this to be understood, which Madimi willed me to say to Rudolphus? An angel of the Lord hath appeared unto me. Thirdly, Madimi said, as concerning the time of my wife and children and household to be moved hither, let that be my charge to answer thee. Fourthly, Madimi willed me to write to Rudolphus, and I have done, and caused it to be delivered to Don Wilhelmo de Sancto Clement, Spanish ambassador, to deliver it to the emperor. God prosper it. Amen. And Edward Kelly said, here she is. Dee said, the eternal roots of verity bring forth fruit to the comfort of such as delight in the pure verity for the service of God, and so on. And you, Madimi, as a minister of the highest in verity, are unto me welcome. And before we get into that, the margins, causa sine qua non. Note this phrase of sound, 3 movers, and man concurring, and then a sun symbol, the circle with the dot in the middle, splendidly in D obtundis emen luna etam supra horizontem. Note the manner of the diabolical work in or by man, and an internal margin, mundus humanum corpus, and so on, tenquam cara impressio, with a superior humana inferior, pray against temptation, impressio, sed praedominant est, consideranda, the triangle, the per qua homo peccat per iadem punitur que dexit, ascendum, and so on. Geno ex infernali statu semper ascendo tentant. The answer to the first doubt. Reformarion of the records. Answer to the second in a parable. A mystery, Vida 8, 9.10, and 11. Capita. Oh, the Capita is chapter of Apocalyptus, so the book of Revelations. Revelation to John, of that sort of thing. My prayer unto God for wisdom. Wisdom. What did I miss? Oh, there was a previous internal margin. D said Satan about this time was very base with Edward Kelly and declared his name to be Satan at Lascaux, as intended by Satan. Okay. And then the next internal margin, Deus mate rerum omnium idem eo pater. Benedictus sit Deus noster, quia respicit gemitus pamperum. Edward Kelly says not taster of that he seeth or heareth. And there's a note. D said, how the angels of the Lord have appeared to D, which may seem more certain almost than, as the phrase is verified of the angels appearing to Joseph in Somnus Vitae, Matthew chapter 2, answer to the third and fourth demands. Well, I'll just throw out the translation there. That's, the dream of Rabbi Yusuf in his sleep. Answer, well, I mean, they don't use the word rabbi for him in the Bible, but, answer to the third and fourth demands, Monday, August 27th. Okay. Madimi said, even as man's fingers are a thing touching, moving, or forcing an instrument musical is the cause without the which it cannot sound or drink up the air, which again seeking issue and feeling a stay is the objectum cause of Concord Dissonancy. Well, now we call it cognitive dissonancy, don't we? Well, I mean, that's the phrase of that sort of thing. But it's more than just our cognition of things. But anyways, according to inward spirit and imagination of the thing that moveth are the finger moving, so the earthly part of man which hath no mention of itself radically moveth or toucheth by touch or finger, whatsoever spiritual, and sendeth out sounds not according to herself, but according to the fiery, yet invisible and spiritual power, wherewithal it is moved. Hereby we learn that man's body and his organical motions have three manner of movers. Centraliter, by the property and perfection of the soul, a superior, and by dissension from the angels are participants of understanding, e contrario, and ascending spirits, wicked, and tempters, all moving. But here you must note that as the sun depriveth the moon in respect of her end, which is to give light but not of herself, so do the angels and higher powers drown and overshadow the soul and man when they are present, working from God and in themselves as from above, and not by the soul as any root or first cause of the motion. But when the devil entereth and ascendeth, he worketh not by force, but by enticement, and so allureth the soul to grant of his possession, whereby he entereth and becometh strong. Those that have ears, let them hear, for my words are wisdom, and the grounds of many sciences. Then, by a similitude, is the world wax, man's body wax, and the natural motion of things, naturally extended, wax also. But our purpose is of man, which at one instant receiveth three impressions, missive, natural, and offensive, whereby you may perceive that man greatly needeth to pray against temptation, for the last seal, its sign of him that oweth the wax. Happy are those that can watch and pray, for such they are that grant not any room or interest to the wicked ascender. I answer you, if you be but as a string, challenge but your own duty, but take heed you be in tune. And so we kind of see why maybe it's best to make some of these seals and wax. It's not just some matter of, oh, when the oppressors are going to come, you can throw it in the fire and pretend, oh, no, I didn't make that, and you can't prove it, or, that sort of thing. But yeah, we have a negative, neutral, and a positive. most things can be divided into that, and even things that we think we can't be divided into that. I mean, think of something that can't. It's not saying things are black and white or, yay or nay sort of things. They're like weird combinations of them, right? Edward Kelly said, "She speaketh, but I cannot express it." He said, "I pray you, let nothing of your words that you utter to us or before us be unrecorded." Madimi said, "You are not worthy to write it, for it is the harmony of the heavens. Stay a while, for I would open that unto you which I perceive I may not. But I come again." He said, "We read over the premises and weighed them as instructions of the three diverse movers of man's senses internally, and so on. And so after a quarter of an hour, he said, "Here she is again." Madimi said, "For he that purifieth his house in strath rushes, and beautifieth the chambers with garlands, is worthy to receive because of his aptness. Such as are messengers of understanding and light, my friends and brethren. Marvelous is the God of wisdom in all his doings and works. Full of variety are the works of his hands." He said, "Now she speaketh again, I understand it not." And Madimi said, "But to the answer, that unto my purpose, Satan, perceiving you, Edward Kelly, as well to be moved by him because of your own grant, as by the motion wherewithal you were moved and illuminated, and being the father of subtlety and forward understanding, purposed, even in this one sentence, yea, with this one lie, to overturn, or at least to blemish, the worthiness of our message, and of your receiving, because he knew because he saw the course of nature and the doings of man, that this man, Mr. Simon Haggach, young Haggach, would first visit thee. Therefore he thrust in a shingle of his own cutting in nature, not to the intent it should be credited, but to the intent it should be a stumbling block to the action in time to come, which is now. My brethren, he is a marvelous workman, and one that striketh now the most strings in a manner all, but he hath his reward. Therefore do I deny it to be spoken by me or of me. He said, "So by God his grace I did conceive and undoubtedly think, and of many other things beside that. I have occasion of reforming the records, that the heavens may agree, as the phrase was used." Madimi said, "Many there are not, but such as are gathered them together. Let me sift, probably, but that looks like two halves. Let me sift them," said Madimi. He said, "I thank God for that, his mercy." He further said, "Now I beseech you to the second my present request before propounded, it may please you to give answer." Madimi said, "When the king sendeth a present to a noble man, or unto any one that he favoureth, or loveth, or delighteth in, the messenger carrieth it, delivereth it within his house." Edward Kelly said, "She seemeth to smile." Madimi said, "He to whom it is sent enjoyeth it, he useth it, yea, peradventure, being a dainty dish, eateth of it. Afterward the king sendeth to him by the same messenger, saluteth his household, and commandeth him to say, Thus saith the king, go to such a man and salute him, tell him, I will visit him, and that I say so. Behold, he sitteth still, and goeth not, neither doth he the commandment of his superior. For lo, saith he, the king commanded me not. His messenger came, and would so, but whether the king will so or no, I know not. But heareth thou, thou wicked man, hast thou not eaten of his meat, and enjoyed the benefit of his present before? Yes, a threefold benefit. which shall continue until the seventh angel, and until the third woe. Man begetteth a son, and lo, his wife is with child, and she looketh for the time of her deliverance. If the question be moved unto him, his wife not yet delivered, whether he have issue or fruit of his body, say that unto me what shall he answer? D said, as shall please God. Madimi said, that is no answer. D said, then he may say he is in hope to have the issue. His wife goeth. Withal, may this seem an answer, I beseech you. And we'll get the answer in the next program.